when you buy an old Jeep. Hey Mike, this is what you gotta do when you buy an old Jeep.
Well, oh, it's holding on to my...
Yeah, Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. Jeep TJ update. Starting to weld in some floors. Got this one here trimmed up. Got a little bit more grinding and trimming to do before we can weld it in. Got that guy up there that's Flintstone mode still. That guy over there, which you can see daylight through. Put the seat back in because we can move it. And then that floor back there is about ready to go. So we'll get some floors welded in this. And then we got to wait on body mounts because they're like 10 more days before they show up. I don't know, they're made out of unicorn tears or what, but they're taking quite a while to get here. I got to rebuild the bottom of the roll cages down here where they go on. First off, the bolts. No, they were never coming out. So we had to cut all the bolts. The bottom of the pillars are rotted out anyways, so I mean, if you look at those pillars, there ain't a whole lot left down here. That's where the roll bar goes. So I'm gonna have to fabricate some new bottoms for the roll bar. Not a big deal. The roll bar is gonna be plenty solid when it's all said and done, and who knows, maybe I'll even go crazy and put in even more roll bars because roll bars are fun. I finally got all the rust cut out of that floor. Ooh. You mean what floor? Still at the Jeep. We've been getting some other things done here, you know, fall on the farm. We got lots to do to get ready for the miserable cold. So haven't been much content lately, but we're getting back into it now since it's cold and I got nothing better to do than sit in the shop. Anyway, Mike's Jeep TJ. As you can see, we've basically done taking it apart for now. And we're actually starting to make forward progress again. The kid was pretty disappointed when he came in and I had this thing literally gutted. But here, let me show you what we got done. We had to deal with a wiper motor that wasn't working. That was no big deal. This cover comes off real easy. A couple of screws. Heck, half of them were missing already anyways. So the one wiper arm was stripped off of here, so it wasn't spinning when we did get it working. So we got wiper arms to fix now. Just the list keeps going on and on and on around here. Anyways, the big job. We got our floors all cut out. So we put in a new floor here. We got a new floor over there, and they're all in. I got them bed lined and seam sealed and the whole bit. I even bought the new rubber plugs. So the fronts are done. The backs, I got this side. I just did all this here welding yesterday because it's not just the floor, it's also this back section. And you can see over there, we got a little more to do. That's today's job. I probably got a hole to fill here. That same hole on the other side that I got to fill. Anyways, I'm going to get to making up those pieces and get them in. And then I can put the roll bar back in and start that. Yeah, that's just all the junk that we've been pulling, like wiring harnesses and this. Well, as you can see, that's... Anyway. Anyways, if you've never taken a roll bar out of a rusted out old Jeep, what happens is these pillars, they kind of go this way. So when you open your tailgate, you'll never get it closed again because, well, we got a bad hinge I got to replace here, but I'm going to do both. Anyways, you can't close the tailgate. The roll bar is kind of integral to the top structure of this vehicle. There's really not a lot keeping this from folding up, right? This has no torque boxes left in it. I got those coming. They're supposed to be here in the next 5 or 6 days. So right now there's no body mounts in the front. The front six body mounts are non-existent. It's literally just the back four holding this entire Jeep body on. So that's floating in limbo right now. So this Jeep wants to fold itself in half just by its own weight. You know, that's just something you got to deal with when you're basically rebuilding the entire floor. The only thing that's connecting the back of this body to the front is this rotted out panel here and that center torque box with a transmission tunnel and these. That's it. That's the only thing that's attached here because there was nothing, there was nothing, there was nothing, and there was nothing. These are all new, all four. So the torque back boxes kind of help to keep all that strengthened and together, which we don't have. So I got to get the roll bar back into this thing, the top bars and everything to kind of get it shaped back before I even go any further at this point. And that's my goal for today, is get this roll bar welded back in. And we're probably going to add some bars anyways, so welding on the roll bar ain't no big thing. I'm going to reinforce the heck out of this for the kid. In case he does decide to ever do some wheeling. Or I decide to steal his Jeep and go wheeling. I can see me doing that. Oh, let me show you the other thing he's stealing from me. Stealing! So as you know, he's got good tires on this, but the fronts and backs are different brand. They're good tires. I think they're 285s. They're a big tire. Not bad. So I got these big monsters I had on the Silverado. And I got 4 of them in there. Just about new. Let me show you these suckers. Okay, so these are the tires Michael wants to steal. They're 35s. These are 285s. Now remember, this does have a small lift. I think the guy said it was 2 inch, 2.5 inch. I don't know if a 2.5 inch will clear. We may even have to go higher. We'll play that one by ear. Those are only 2 inches higher, so that's 1 inch this way, 1 inch that way, right? So you're actually only getting an inch lift on a 2 inch higher tire. I'm just worried about whether that one's going to hit because it's wider and a little taller. Although we do have the cutout front fenders, I don't think the front will be a problem. If anything, it may be the back. We may have to do some trimming. But he stole my tires. That's okay. I'm going to steal these. Alright, we got our little paper template roughed in here. That's basically what we got to cut out, and it's going to need some massaging in this area here, but that's what we're starting with. Yeah, I also got this here hole to fix. Well, that ought to work. Let's start tacking and beating it into shape. I'm not going to bore you with the details of me welding. I'm just going to weld it and show you when it's done. Okay, got the back of the tub all welded in here. You can see I got the seam sealer in. So it's looking a heck of a lot better than it was. Let me show you the rest of it here. So yeah, there's the driver's side. That's all new. All sealed up. No air getting in there. Now I haven't done in here because, like I said, I got to weld in the roll cage, so I don't exactly know what I'm doing on either of those spots. But there's the other side, all seam sealed in. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. We now have floors, except for the roll bar, which is the next thing to go in, I think. All right, I'm just going to let that seam sealer dry for about a half hour. I'm going to go, as Derek Bierry would say, I'm going to go wet my back neck. And we'll come out and finish off some more floor here. See you in a bit. All right, well, we got some bed liner down, so it looks a heck of a lot better. Let me show you what we got done. So there's the back all cleaned up, bed line, sanded it all down. You can see there's some old rust in the corners there. I don't really care because it's underneath this big chunk of steel plate anyways. So, I mean, that's just the first coat. You can see there's still some red shining through in some spots, but that's what we're looking at. There's all that patch that I welded in today. And this side. And that piece back there that we had to put in for this big hole that I didn't even know about until I cleaned out the garbage. All bed lined. Floors are done. That floor is done. You see I got a little piece there on the outside I gotta make yet. And here I got the piece I made for the roll cage just sitting in there. That's, yeah, just sitting in there. That was just some scrap I had laying around. There's the driver's floor. Yeah, it's got boot marks on it already. So we got all new floors, other than, like I said, that piece and that piece and this guy out here that I got a patch. So, but same thing on both sides, and they get patched from out here, so that's no big deal. So yeah, looking not too bad for something that probably most people would have just sent to the scrapyard. And there's a bit of grinding dust on it already because, well, I'm still working here. I already had that cut out for a different project that I didn't end up using, and it pretty much works good. I mean, it's not the full length of this, but you know, we'll figure it out. And there's some gaps I'm gonna have to fill. So I got another one I made up for that side, and then we'll box these in and weld them in and put a few gussets, and this will be permanent. It's ugly, but it's patched. And let's be honest, it is a 24-year-old Jeep, so. All right, folks, as you can see, a day well spent. Well, 2 days well spent. I welded in the floors, and then I had to do all the patching around the floors because only like half the floors in the back was attached to anything. So anyway, we did one quick coat of bed liner there, and you can see I already got dirt and dust all over it, but you know, that's what it is. It's bed liner. It's supposed to have that happen. Okay, the roll bar's back in it. I still got to tighten up these. Somehow I forgot to tighten up those ones. But all the other ones are tight. Seat belts all work again. Now I got a bad hinge on the tailgate, which I have to replace. But let's see if it closes here. There you go. Closes just like it's supposed to. So, like I said, once the roll bar goes back in, it adds a lot of structure to the back of this thing. I got a little rust down there I got to fix right underneath the tailgate. And I still got those 2 patches on the outside. But after that, after I fix that one and the one on the other side that's just like it, that's it for bodywork. We're back to assembly here. I do have the torque boxes coming in, so I bought the full torque box, the whole deal, because I thought the fronts were going to be savable till I started poking around, and not a chance. I don't know. We got to come up with a name for this thing. Mike hasn't picked one. I don't know. Project Rust Bucket is taken. That's my truck. So, oh, this is probably rustier than the old Silverado. What do you think of a name? Let me know. Put it down in the comments there. We'll figure out a name for Mike's Jeep. Anyways, folks, like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see yous on the next one.